In this video, I am going to discuss the concept which is there under page number 244 of our 10th class SCERT textbook, that is extraction of metals, extraction of crude metal from the ore, which is a second step in the extraction process of the metal from the ore. In this topic, first of all, we should discuss activity series of metals, uses of activity series of metals as a subtopic. First of all, let us discuss what is meaning of activity series. See that arrangement of the metals in the decreasing order of their reactivity. Arrangement of the metals in the decreasing order of their reactivity. What does it mean? Different kinds of the metals have different reactive natures. Some of the metals are very vigorous in reactivity. Some of the metals are moderately reactive. Some of the metals are non-reactive. Before only we discussed that some of the metals like potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum. Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum. These elements are highly reactive, so they does not occur directly in the Earth's crust. They may react with oxygen or sulfur or carbon, that is with some other non-metals. They always will exist in the compound state. When compared to zinc, iron, lead, copper, they are moderately reactive, means their compounds are a little bit less when compared to the metals of high reactivity. When then comes to mercury, hydroargyrum Hg, argentum Ag, that is called silver, platinum Pt, gold Au, that is called Rm, they are always low reactive. These elements can exist in the nature in an unreactive form, that is, their compounds are less. We can extract these metals directly. So we understood that different kinds of the metals have different reactivity nature. That is, based on the reactivity, we can arrange the metals in the decreasing order of their reactivity. That is called activity series. Now, we may discuss what is the use of activity series. Different metals have different kinds of reactivity series. This means some of the metals we can extract directly. Some of the metals are different. Some of the metals are light. That means we can extract the metal by knowing the position of the elements in the activity series. For example, metals of moderate reactivity directly extracted. Metals of low reactivity directly extracted. Metals of moderate reactivity, we should apply some techniques. Metals of high reactivity, we should apply different kinds of the techniques. That means we can identify the position of the element in the periodic table. One more use is we can identify what are the types of compounds that are formed by them. And one more use is we can identify what are the uses of those such kind of the compounds in the nature. Let us discuss the extraction of metals in the middle of activity series. What are those metals? Zinc, iron, tin, lead, copper. Generally, These are all the metals. This means ores of these metals occur in the form of either sulfide ores or carbonate ores. We already know that if it is a sulfide ore, generally it is undergo the process of roasting. Roasting is nothing but a pyrochemical process in which the ore is heated in the excess of air. That means if you observe this example, lead sulfide PBS, which is called galena, react with the excess of oxygen, means it is undergo the process of roasting. What happens here? Sulfur react with oxygen, it liberate in the form of sulfur dioxide. What is left? The highly temperatured lead react with oxygen, one more it can form lead oxide. So here sulfur reacting with oxygen, in the very starting of the reaction there is no oxygen with the sulfur, means sulfur gained the oxygen, it is undergo the process of oxidation. Lead sulfide losing the sulfur and it is gaining oxygen, so it is undergo the process of reduction, means lead sulfide reduced to lead oxide. Generally, the metals of moderate reactivity will exist in the form of sulfide and carbonates. These sulfides or carbonates, before we discussed, they undergo the process of roasting. What is meaning of roasting? Heating the ore, that is a pyrochemical process in which the ore is heated strongly in the excess of air. That means we are supplying oxygen. This sulfide ore first react with the oxygen and get converted into their oxide. In the second step, these oxides reduced with either carbon or carbon monoxide. That means carbon or carbon monoxide act as a reducing agents. See, for example, lead sulfide react with oxygen. Here sulfur is there. It is undergo the roasting process, that is a pyrochemical process in which the ore is heated in the presence of oxygen. First of all, it is converted into lead oxide. What gas is liberated? Absolutely, it is sulfur dioxide gas is liberated. Now, what we got, the lead oxide react with carbon, that is nothing but the carbon existed in the form of coke in the nature. That means what we got, lead oxide mixed with the coke and is heated to 1400 degrees Celsius. That only we are calling as pyrochemical process. Then what happens? Oxygen react with the carbon. So it liberated in the form of carbon monoxide. Carbon gained the oxygen, so the carbon undergo the process of oxidation. Lead oxide lost its oxygen. Lead oxide lost its oxygen, so lead oxide is said to be reduced. This means we did reduction of metal oxide with carbon. So carbon is a best reducing agent. Why? Because it is removing the oxygen from the corresponding metal oxide. As I already said, first of all, in this, sulfur converted into the form of sulfur oxide, sulfur dioxide, lead sulfide converted into lead oxide. This lead oxide once again reduced with carbon, then it is undergo the process of reduction to produce lead. One more example for this is Fe2O3 hematite ferric oxide, which is a ore of iron. Already it is under the form of oxide, so directly it is reduced with carbon monoxide. Now what happens? The carbon monoxide elopes the oxygen what is the present with the ferric oxide and carbon dioxide is liberated. This means ferric oxide lost its oxygen. Ferric oxide lost its oxygen. So ferric oxide is undergo the process of reduction. This means the metals of moderate reactivity first undergo the process of reduction with either carbon or carbon monoxide. Carbon or carbon monoxide taking away the oxygen present along with the metallic oxide. Then the metallic oxide is said to be reduced. So this is the first method of extraction of metals from their metal oxides by reducing with either carbon or otherwise carbon monoxide. One more method of extraction of metal from the sulfide ores is auto, that means by itself reduction, auto self reduction process, that is also from sulfide ores. In this process what happens, first of all the copper sulfide is taken in a large quantity in a pipe. See, in this process, copper sulfide is taken in a glass chamber. Copper sulfide is taken in a glass chamber. Through an inlet, we will pass controlled flow of air. Means we are doing controlled, that means we are doing controlled roasting, means we are supplying controlled flow of oxygen. The top layers of this heap of Cu2s, top layers of the heap of Cu2s react with oxygen. They are converted into copper oxide. Top layers of heap of copper sulfide converted into copper oxide. Then they will stop the passage of oxygen. Then what happens? After ploughing the top layers of the copper oxide and as well as bottom of the copper sulfide by mixing, oxygen present in the topper layers mixes with the sulfur, then liberated in the form of sulfur dioxide. Means by itself the process of reduction is taken place, which is also called auto self reduction reaction. Means sulfur by itself react with the oxygen that present on the topper layers of the heap of copper sulfide. Heap means in Telugu kuppa. There is a bulk amount of the copper sulfide. It is undergo the process of self reduction, means by itself it is undergo the process of reduction. Reduction is nothing but loss of oxygen from the compound is called reduction reaction. We know addition of oxygen to the compound is called oxidation, that we discussed already under the process of corrosion. If you see, one more extraction of metals of moderate reactivity is reduction of ores by more reactive metals. Reduction of ores by more reactive metals. Observe the example here. TiCl4, titanium chloride, is a low reactive metal when compared to magnesium. That means by mixing magnesium with titanium chloride under heating up to 850 degrees Celsius, what happened? The magnesium react with the chlorine. It liberated in the form of magnesium chloride by leaving the titanium. That means the place of the chlorine displaced by magnesium. The place of the titanium displaced by magnesium. The place of titanium, which is a low reactive element, displaced by a high reactive element, that is nothing but magnesium. This means which is also called reduction of the ore by more reactive metal. So it is an example of displacement reaction. For example, say titanium chloride is there. This titanium chloride again react with sodium. Why? Because sodium is a high reactive element. This high reactive element sodium displaces the titanium from titanium chloride. Then what happens? Sodium react with chlorine to form sodium chloride by eliminating the titanium, which is a displacement reaction. Observe this example. In this Fe2O3, that is nothing but is a ore of iron, hematite, react with aluminum. What happens? Aluminum is a high reactive element when compared to iron. So this aluminum displaces the iron. Then it can form aluminum oxide by eliminating the iron. This iron which is eliminated is extracted in the form of liquid state. Once again, aluminum react with chromium oxide, where chromium is a low reactive element when compared to aluminum. So the place of the chromium displaced by aluminum. This means aluminum oxide is formed by liberating the chromium. If you observe these examples, high amount of the heat is produced. So they are exothermic reactions. In these exothermic reactions, they are producing lot amount of the heat. Because of the large amount of the heat, the iron will exist in the form of molten state, and at the same time chromium also existed in the form of molten state. That is, totally we understood that extraction of metals in the middle of activity series will follow. Number 1, reduction of metals with either carbon or carbon monoxide, auto self reduction of sulfide ores, that is nothing but displacement by highly reactive metals. These are the 3 methods of extraction of metals of middle of the activity series. In the page number 246 of the textbook, one more important concept is thermite reaction. Now, what is a thermite reaction or otherwise thermite process? We know that metals of high reactivity is used to displace the metals of low reactivity from their oxides. We know that metals of high reactivity is used to displace the metals of low reactivity from their oxides. That means, for example sake, if you observe this reaction, aluminum, which is a high reactive metal when compared to iron, by using the aluminum as a reducing agent, react with iron, means aluminum displaces the iron. The place of iron is displaced by aluminum. Now what is produced? Iron is left. We already said it is an exothermic reaction. More amount of the heat is generated. The produced heat melts iron in the liquid state, that is in the molten state. The produced iron in the liquid state is used to crack the railway tracks, join the railway tracks or otherwise cracked machine parts. This is the use of a thermite reaction. We can understand that a chemical reaction which takes between the metal oxide and aluminum is called as thermite reaction. It is an exothermic reaction, means more amount of the heat is liberated. The heat that produced in this process used to convert the metal in the molten state. What is the use of this reaction? The use of the reaction is given here itself. This is used to join the railings of railway tracks or cracked machine parts. Example, 2Al plus Fe2O3 gives rise to Al2O3 plus 2Fe by liberating some amount of the heat.